we got some lighting in here now. Wow.
One of the finest materials, the other the freshest ingredients. And seeing either one brings a smile to your face. Muscle cars and double doubles are all American classics.
So good to see everybody, man. I'm trying to get in here on time so we can talk a little bit before the show. We got Fred Biletnikoff, the iconic legend, is going to join us today. Kevin Bollinger, sports director locally at Fox 5 in Vegas, and Lee Sterling from Paramount Sports is going to pick games. So that's all happening now. Hope everybody's doing well. Feels like the weekend's here, man. I'm in a really good weekend mood already, man. The weekend is here. I just feel like, weekend starts on Thursday when you're in Vegas. You got the Packers, Aaron Rodgers. You got the Jets and the Patriots tonight. Man, Aaron Rodgers better win that game.
Hey, by the way, I told you we're going to get the Patrick Lindsay guy to shine us.
Yep.
Good. At 120.
Good.
Right?
Good. Good afternoon, Lorenzo. Hola. Hola to everybody. Bueno, hola, me llamo Juan. Let's see. Let's have a good show today, man. I got a lot to say. Ooh, we're starting now. Ooh, we're starting.
Raider Nation has come to sound off and react for over 20 years.
It's time for JT the Brick.
The Raider offseason is about content that is productive.
Shotgun to O'Connell. Backpedaling, lobbing to the end zone, trying to get at him. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Raiders.
I thought Aiden O'Connell played pretty well last year. He's a quarterback who's serviceable.
Now pressure. Gets out of there. Crosby's got it from behind. Back at the 45-yard line.
There's no better player who plays with heart and passion and speed than Mad Max Crosby. Wait till you see him this upcoming season.
JT the Brick.
Dodd to throw. Spillane on the blitz, and he wraps him up and holds him up for a sack.
I love the addition of Jack Jones. All the plays he made last year will be a great addition for this team moving forward.
Intercepted down the sideline. Intercepted Jack Jones, and he walks in. Touchdown.
And now,
Raiders! All right, now we're good. Let's get to it.
Here's JT the Brick.
Out of the gate, JT, where are you? I'm ready to go. I'm standing up in the studio. I play air drums to start the show. You can see that on our YouTube feed as we're live on YouTube, Raider Nation Radio, and the Raiders mobile app as we get ready for the Carolina Panthers, a wounded animal, as I said all week, coming into town Sunday with the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. And they got one thing on their mind, winning. That's it. They're not here to look good. They're not here to make friends. They're a professional football team, and they're coming to Vegas. And they'll have some fans. Carolina's got fans. They used to sell out their stadium. They got people with money in the Carolinas. They'll be here. They'll be in our hotels, in our restaurants, in our nightclubs, and our sports books. I wish them well. These are fans who are coming to Vegas to increase our exposure of the sports and entertainment capital of the world. So pat them on the back and say thank you for coming. You're not here to win. We're going to win this game, but they're coming in because we are the sports and entertainment capital of the world. And we are ready to roll, man. I've had a big week, man. This is a big week. Bobby and I put together, I think, a really good rundown. We got Fred Biletnikoff. I mean, come on. We got Freddie B. Freddie B doesn't do much radio. He's doing radio for a couple of reasons. We're friends. I talk to him every day. I talk to Biletnikoff every day. He's part of my program. Dad's first. I call Freddie. He calls me. Call my best friend. Call my second best friend. Call my buddies. Call my sons. I just picked up my son at the airport, Bobby, from ASU. He flew in today. I said, wait a second. You're in college. Don't you have school on Thursday and Friday? I know it's the Raiders home opener. He said, no, Dad, we're good. I got a test online. I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't need to know. You're a senior in college. I'm writing the checks. I'm almost done. I'm almost at the finish line of the out-of-state college tuition. Unless you know what I'm talking about, you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, listen, I don't care where your kids go to school. You don't care where my kids go to school. When you're writing those out-of-state tuition checks, they're biggies, man. They are big ones. You know, they are big, massive ones, but it's a dream of mine to send my sons to college. One graduated Oklahoma. Look what I'm wearing today. Oklahoma shirt. Here, and the other one's at ASU. He's a Sun Devil living in Scottsdale. I said, why aren't you living in Tempe? Isn't that where campus is? Oh, senior year, they got a big house in Scottsdale. Maybe dad has to go out and check in on him, play some golf and do that. So excited that my son's back in town. My wife's been out of town all week. She's helping her girlfriend move into a place in Seattle. And what's cool about that is my wife is going to the Yankee game today. It's a day game. My Yankees clinched the playoffs last night. That makes me joyous and happy. And my wife today, she said, tickets behind in the lower bowl because Seattle's out, $12. I thought tickets for $12 were only Oakland. I thought the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum was the only place you can get in for $12. Hey, Yankees are going to Oakland for the last time ever, if you believe that. See, I don't believe the A's are coming to Vegas. I don't. I'm one of the few people left. And if the A's do come here and they change their attitude and their owner sells the team, right, because he's a terrible owner, but I don't know him. He could be a better guy. Again, I know what the A's did to the Raiders behind the Raiders' back. Why would I know? Because I was involved in all of it. Because all my friends, including the owner and the former president and everybody else, was filling me in on everything. So when the A's did the secret deal behind the Raiders' back in the negotiation, the 10-year lease, they didn't realize that they were making Mark Davis a multi-billionaire. Not millionaire, billionaire, because the Raiders' hand was forced not to come to Vegas, to go to Carson, California with the Chargers and do a stadium in Carson. And that was a done deal. They got the votes. Remember, done deal. And then Jerry walked into the room and said, no. You know how powerful Jerry Jones is? Al Davis broke him in. Al Davis helped him as ownership. And Mark and Jerry are real tight. And Jerry comes in and says, if I got this right, I think I do. No. I know we all voted. Everybody out of the room. I got Stan Kroenke. He can do the deal for cash. He can do thing for cash. We don't got to borrow money. Dean Spanos has no money. We'll just do this. And then Mark went back to Oakland, took the high road, as he always does. Mark took the high road and said, hey, Raiders aren't used to coming in third. We're going to go back and figure it out. And then the next thing you know, the great Napoleon McCallum, Mr. Adelson, the mayor, everybody in town, please come Raiders to Vegas. Please. Tommy White will build the stadium on time and on budget. Everybody will do this. Governor Sandoval at the time, who I thought could be president or Supreme Court justice. What a powerful guy that was. Come on in. Let's do a deal. We'll do this hotel tax thing. How are you going to do a hotel tax? Are you kidding me? We got more hotel rooms than anywhere in the world, more than London, more than Paris. We do the deal. Next thing you know, everybody's making money. Oh, but the economists will tell you stadium isn't good. Do you know there were scoundrels in this market on the radio saying, we don't need the Raiders. We don't want the Raiders. We don't want to build a stadium. We want to build our roads and our hospitals and our schools. Had nothing to do with roads, hospitals, and schools. Now the Raiders are one of the biggest cash cows in the modern history of sports. So how did I get on that tangent there? I was talking about the A's. Look at that. I am rolling today. And the A's are playing their last ever games against the Yankees in Oakland. God, I hope Chris and West Oakland and our crew, Raider D, and everybody go to see that. I am crushed and I'm not going. Home opener weekend. I got some gigs, stuff I'm doing. I should be up there with my son just for a game. And the Oakland A's are supposed to go to Sacramento and play in a minor league ballpark. I think they should stay there. They should just build a new stadium in Sacramento. It's the state capital last I looked. California's a mess. Sacramento would love it. Let the A's play in Sacramento so all those Oakland A's fans can get in a car and drive to Sacramento and see the A's. You don't got to change the name. Don't have to change the uniform. They're still outside the Bay Area. Everyone's good. But we're going to blow up the Tropicana and build something that looks like the Sydney Opera House here? Really? Oh, that's going to work? On a Tuesday night when the Royals come to town? What are we going to get, 40,000 people? All right. I'll believe them to see. I think they're coming here, Bobby, in 2028. Yeah. Is the rule. 2028. We got a lot of radio shows, hopefully. knock on wood before that. Radio, you never know, but we want to say that here. So that's it. I just went on a rant for no reason. The monologue's brought to you by PTs. They fuel the monologue 5 to 7, midnight to 2. I've been telling you all week long, they opened up a new Great American Pub, which is under the umbrella of Golden Entertainment. It is right there off of Buffalo. I think you'll love it. You can't miss it. It's close to Durango Station. Go check it out. They put a lot of money into their sports memorabilia. It's a really cool place to get going. All right, I need a topic for today because I don't have a lot of time to talk to you. So you should be dialing now. One day I will come in here and all 9 phone lines will be full, and I'm going to quit. I'm going to go to Natalie, and I'm going to call her in. I'm going to say I accomplished my goal. Before the show, I had 9 callers on hold ready for me. Until then, I got to still give you the number, 702-365-9200. Here's the show, because tomorrow we're at Whiskey Stadium from noon to 2 with flowing Modelo's everywhere. It's going to be a Modelo dream for everybody as we're brought to you by Modelo, and we're going to have a great day. Noon to 2, I got buddies coming in for it, friends of friend. The Black Hole's going to be there. We got a lot of cool people coming in. So I'd love you to come. I appreciate it. We'll have T-shirts. I have Grimaldi gift cards. It'll be good. So please try to get there. So what's the topic for today? The topic is, how do we beat Carolina? I don't care what the score is. I care what you think. I don't care what the score is. I want to win. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned because we can't run the ball. I don't understand why we can't run the ball. Our offensive line can't get a push knowing the snap count, put their hands on the other team and move them. The other team doesn't know our snap count, and they are guessing our snap count, blowing up our offensive line and stopping our running backs dead in their tracks. How the hell did that happen? Like, what the hell we do during camp? Max was blowing up every practice. Every time I went to a practice, the ball was hitting the ground a lot because they were trying to figure out who the quarterback was going to be. Why can't we run the ball? Well, that's a problem for me. And the coach has addressed this a bunch. And I think it's because the offensive line, as Lincoln Kennedy told me on Raiders Rundown yesterday, that the offensive line needs time to gel. So I've never played in the NFL on the offensive line. I take what Lincoln Kennedy has to say as the Bible. So these guys are just not, they have no chemistry yet. Let me repeat. They have no chemistry in the first 2 games, but they played really good in the fourth quarter in Baltimore. So I'm going to look at that and say, they played really good in Baltimore in the fourth quarter, not the first and second against the Chargers. So let's be glasses half full, because the rest of the world is glasses half empty with the Raiders. Everybody hates the Raiders now. Like, they hate the Raiders now. I watched a TV show today, a syndicated show this morning, and they were doing like the top plays and all that. They didn't put us in there. You put even Devontae's catch, he's like Michael Jackson, smooth criminal with his toes. They didn't even put that in the plays. They didn't even mention Brock Bowers. I'm like, this show hates the Raiders. Like, their production team behind the scenes are saying, no Raiders. No, none. We're not going to put the Raiders on TV. So the offensive line needs to get a better push. And the coach talked about Jackson Powers Johnson coming back. I think the kid's got to start. I don't know if he's going to, but maybe he could be the difference.
Yeah, he was on the field a couple times in the game. You didn't see him? He was really hyped up and excited. He's getting there. Listen, me and him had a good talk Saturday night, Sunday morning. He understands where I'm coming from. I think he's in a good place now, physically, mentally, emotionally. We'll see how this week goes with practice, but if I was a betting man, I hope to see 58 out there.
Okay, so he's basically telling you he's going to play. How good is he going to play? He seems to be fine. Okay, if the kid was supposed to start the first game of the season, but he wasn't able to do it. With the protocol, not being able to play, fine. I talked to his parents. Parents are lovely people. Talk to them in Costa Mesa. This guy's a Raider. He can recite the autumn wind. And it's not a joke. He's not doing it to pretend. He loves being the Raiders. He loves the Raiders. So he's got to be a road grader, man. This guy's got to go downhill and start taking linebackers' heads off. Maybe that'll help. What's going on with Colt Miller? Well, Colt Miller hasn't played football in a long, long time. And you never saw him in the preseason. You think that's having an effect on the first 2 games with Khalil Mack and Baltimore? Yeah, it is. So maybe this is the game where Colton shows up. I can't get Colton to the Pro Bowl, everybody. I can't get him to the All-Pro unless he plays great. He hasn't played great in the first 2 games, but I love the guy. He's one of the best Raiders I've ever met. He's like one of the great anchors of this organization. Well, he's due to have a good game. Andre James, he's on the other side, Dylan Parham. You can look. I'm not an analyst of breaking down the offensive line like Brian Bollinger, but Pro Football Focus is not impressed with this Raider offensive line. And then you got two studs at tight end who can block. In Brock Bowers, I don't need to see him block. I want to see him block downfield. I want him in the slot. He's Hunter Renfrow on steroids. Okay, that big of a beast. And then Michael Mayer better block. That guy looks like an offensive lineman to me. So how do you want to win this game? Do you want to run it and throw it? You know me, I like to throw it. I like 4 wide. I like pace. I like speed. I like doing things fast. And it just seems like the last play in Baltimore, the first play of the game in Baltimore, sack. I'm like, oh boy, wait a second. They had all week to rehearse the first 15 plays, and the first play's a sack? How'd that happen? Okay, they haven't been ready to play. They weren't ready to play. I think emotionally they're ready to play. Antonio Pierce is a highly motivated guy. But I don't think whatever happens, ball kicks off, first play, first series, they stunk up the joint in 2 games in the first drive. Okay? They haven't been able to play. We got to get them going. So I think they're going to be able to run the ball in this game because this team's given up 199.5 yards a game rushing. If we don't run the ball well in this game, good luck. If the Raiders can't get 135 yards rushing in this game total, there's a problem. But unless Getsy wants to come out and throw to set up the run. And we'll talk to Fred Biletnikoff about that. Because Freddie B didn't get a lot of balls thrown to him, and he went to the Hall of Fame. Freddie got 6 balls to him thrown in the game. I guarantee he caught 6. 2 were toe taps. 1 was a touchdown. Another was a 30-yard drag route over the middle. He's just the best. We'll talk to Fred about how to get the running game going with the passing offense. So that's where we're at. When I see callers on the monologue, I try to get to them. I know your time is valuable. I appreciate that. He could host any show in America if he wanted to, but he likes to call in. It's Chris in West Oakland coming into the home opener.
Hey, JT. Hey, by the way, I will not be going to those games. I was I was thinking about you last week, saying it'd be great. We could do one last tailgate. I will be going next week on Wednesday and Thursday to the last games in Oakland. Not convinced they're the last games in Oakland. I still think Vegas is going to fall apart. They don't need to stay in Sacramento. They need to force John Fisher to sell the team because Joe Laker, the owner of the Warriors, has a standing offer and said he would buy the A's tomorrow and have a shovel in the ground next week to build a new ballpark. And I trust Joe Laker's knowledge. And as far as Sacramento, Phil Jackson said it best. Sacramento's a cow town. It's a minor league city. Good place for the Kings. There's a reason Major League Baseball's never looked to expand there, and I'll leave it at that. One other quick thing before I hit the game, you talked about Jerry Jones and the Raiders and Carson. Maybe someday the real story will come out. The reason Jerry Jones did what he did was because in 1981, when Al Davis decided to move to Los Angeles, the NFL voted unanimously to keep him in Oakland. Al Davis said, screw you, went to court, went all the way to the Supreme Court. So this crap of the owners approving the move, it's all a bunch of billionaires playing nice. Because of Al Davis, you don't need the votes. And Stan Kroenke basically told the NFL, you know what you want with Carson and the Raiders and the Chargers. I already bought the land at Hollywood Park, and I'm breaking ground next month. That's why the Raiders and the Chargers went back to their respective cities. But that's revisionist history. Let's talk about the game Sunday. I'm calling today because I'll be on the road tomorrow. We'll get a chance. Look, this is a game where a win's a win, but it's time for the Raiders to come out and be impressive. They're playing Carolina's the worst team in football. This team is on par with a college team. The organization's a mess. The offensive and defensive lines are atrocious. This is a game where you can come out and really impress some people. And I'm with you 1,000%. This isn't 1985. You don't run to set up the pass. You pass to set up the run. Part of the reason the Raider offensive line struggled, I believe, JT, with all due respect to Lincoln Kennedy, they don't have Lincoln Kennedy, Mo Collins, Frank Middleton, etc. They don't have Art Shell, Gene Upshaw. They need to do something different. Spread teams out. You can't line 6 bodies up between the hash marks and run it into the pile and think you're going to run that way. Gardner Minshew did what he needed to do in the fourth quarter, and I've said all year long, if this team's going to compete, we're going to be talking about in December about how well he's played. Quarterbacks in the NFL need to actually make plays. The days of just don't screw the game up are over. Gardner Minshew did it last week. Is he going to be consistent to do it? I think he will this week. My prediction of the game, JT, I don't call this a lot, This is a 34-10 Raider blowout. They should come out quick. I don't want to see them be in a close game in the second quarter, maybe get down and say, hey, maybe now we'll go up tempo. Me and you have been saying the same thing for years. Play fast to get a lead. Don't play fast when you're desperate. This is a game the Raiders should hammer these guys by 3 or 4 touchdowns. It's one of the few games on the schedule this year where they are decidedly better on both sides of the ball at the quarterback position, and there's no reason they shouldn't beat this team. 34-10. Maybe then they'll start opening some eyes nationally because you know what? Quite as harsh as you are. Raiders have got to earn respect. Respect is earned. Win a games. If this team gets to 4-1, 5-2, then you got a case about the lack of respect. Right now they're 1-1, impressive win in Baltimore, but take care of business at home because if you don't, beating Baltimore means nothing. 34-10 Raiders on Sunday. Have a great time, my friend, and I'll talk to you on the phone.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Thanks for Chris in West Oakland for starting us off. I think the game's going to be closer. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think the Andy Dalton move was smart. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have ruined the kid. I would have let the kid play in Vegas because the Raiders 2 weeks ago were looked at as one of the worst teams in football by the national media. Everybody had the Raiders a bottom 5 team. I wouldn't have benched Bryce Young for the Raider game. I wouldn't have. I would have given him another week or two, and we get the Red Rocket and Andy Dalton. And the last time the Raiders played Andy Dalton, the Raiders didn't get the ball past the 50-yard line. They didn't get the ball past the 50-yard line in the last time they played Andy Dalton. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Raiders will pull away late. I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. I think I'm going to be sitting here going, oh, my God, let's go. Come on, hurry up, because I do that every time I'm in Allegiant Stadium. I just can't sit back in the club and say, wow, it's 34-10. I'm going to make my way to the post game. It's always, oh, my God, what's going to happen here? So I think they're the better team, clearly the better team. I think they'll win, but I think it's going to be close because Andy Dalton's going to give them a spark. That's usually what happens. Look at why the line moved. The bent noses here in Vegas think Andy Dalton's going to give them a spark. So do I. But I think the Raiders will win the game. And I think the Raiders will win and cover and have a nice victory. Jesse is in Alameda, former home of the Raider headquarters. Go ahead.
Yes, I still visit that headquarters every now and then. I drive by it on Bay Farm. Well, I'm looking forward to this game on Sunday. Last week, I was a little nervous in the first half, though. But our defense is great. I love our defense so far. Through the first 2 games. I think we need to play fast early, like Chris was saying. That's how we win this game.
Yeah, what do you mean by fast? No huddle, up tempo, 2 plays in a row, come out and just attack?
Yes, up tempo.
Yeah.
I feel like we should play on fire in the first. Just keep going to Devontae and Bowers like we did in the other game.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Thanks for the call. I think maybe Jacoby Myers I would also try to get going in this game. He's a hell of a player. I think feeding him would kind of be a nice salute to Jacoby Myers for how great of a leader he is and such a great player, and maybe get him the ball a little bit early. You want to get into our YouTube live chat? There's a lot of people in there. They're all making friends. They're all going to be friends via YouTube. JT the Brick YT. Just subscribe. It's free, and you'll see the show. You'll watch the show, and you can watch it on demand. Yesterday was really cool. So we were in the building. Coach Pierce did it live. So we walked in. As we were in the middle of the show, we knocked that out. He was good. He was solid. Really, I knew that we had a really good chance to do something special with him yesterday. Because every time I sat there through almost 2 years with Josh McDaniels, Rich Bisaccia, Coach Gruden, everybody I worked with here, they've all come in studio and sat down with me exclusively every week. And he's just different. He comes in with a fire to sit down and be really productive in 10 minutes and get back to work. So if you didn't see that, the Raiders took that and they turned it into a TV show. So I didn't know that yesterday. I should have known. Raiders told me that Raiders Rundown show that we did yesterday, which was the live stream of the radio show, that's a TV show every week now. They cut it up on ABC. On ABC, the American Broadcasting Company. I can't believe I have a TV show now on ABC with the coach and Lincoln Kennedy. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, a little TV show that we throw in. And then the other thing that we do with Rich Gannon is on Fox 5 with Eric Allen. And me and Eric Allen got to have a lot going on because Eric and I will be live from the torch for the pregame show on Compass Media Network. The other Raider, Mike in Portland. Go ahead, man. What's happening, my friend?
What's up, JT? Look, the disrespect still happening is blowing my mind. NFL Plus, which I think is the NFL Network.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
Rankings.
Mm-hmm.
We're number 26,
Mm-hmm.
and the Ravens are number 9, and we just went in and kicked their teeth in? Are you kidding me with this? You want disrespect. That's it. They nailed it. So, it's not going to be close, JT.
Okay.
You disrespect the Condor like that, you know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is dominating. And Christian jumping over Max's head after that final sack that put the game away. In my family's all Ravens. So I've just been
You've had a good week.
as hell.
Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead. Keep disrespecting us because Max will just more fuel to his Condor fire.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate the call. I appreciate the call. Thanks for checking in. The players know the disrespect. They were real about it with me in Costa Mesa when we talked about it on the radio and off the radio. They were disrespected the entire offseason. And if they don't beat the Carolina Panthers, NFL media is going to slaughter the Raiders. And that's one of the main reasons why I think the Raiders are going to win. It's the home opener. It's not a trap game. They're playing well. They just came off their best quarter, which is the most recent quarter. Remember, they played 8 quarters, and for 6 of them, they were either bad or unimpressive, 6 out of 8. So we haven't seen this team put together a game yet, a full game. We saw them put together a tremendous 12 minutes and 10 seconds. So we just knocked down 3 listeners. You want to get in? Get in on a Thursday. We'll get you up here because tomorrow we're not going to have a chance. Might put a couple people on live from Whiskey Stadium. If you haven't been to Whiskey Stadium, it's right across the street from Allegiant Stadium. That's all I need to tell you. Right there on Polaris. It's right there, right across from the J-Lot. Modelo is our proud partner for that, and we're going to have a lot of Modelo specials. We'll have the Black Hole there, Gorilla Rilla, my good friend Violator, the whole crew, Senor. They're all going to be there. They support our remotes. I can't believe it. You know, I support them. They support me. They show up to our events. And then we want to make some new friends. We want to make some new friends who want to come down. So if you're listening anywhere in the valley, in deep Henderson, or in my hood in Summerlin, or all points in between, come on down. It's not that hard to do. You all have to eat lunch on Friday. You're all allowed to have a beer on Friday. You're all allowed to have a beer at lunch on Friday. I don't care who your human resources are. They're not going to be there. I can promise you that we are not the show of radio remote human resources. There's going to be a bunch of bartenders and Raider fans. So you're allowed to go and have a cerveza at lunch with me tomorrow. And we're going to have a nice crowd out there. So I'm looking forward to it. My son's going to come. Got some buddies flying in just in time. My buddies are flying in at 1:20 on Southwest. They move up their flight. They're going to land at 9:40. So we're going to have a good crew out here and a good weekend. And that's what we're going to do. Lee Sterling is going to join us coming up here in a little bit. Tito's handmade vodka. Oh, we love Tito's. It's my go-to vodka. Been drinking Tito's for a long time. Tito's and soda. Some people like Tito's on the rocks. It's just clean. It's great. You'll love it. Tito's, proud partner of our show. We appreciate everything they do for us. Thursday, this week flew by because the Raiders won. I didn't have to put on my Raider therapist hat. I could just be good old JT the Brick. Yeah, no Raider therapy this week, man. No Raider therapy this week. Hello.
He's in that TJY stratosphere. The morning tailgate, weekdays at 7 a.m. on Raider Nation Radio, 920 a.m. This is JT for Grimaldi's New York style coal fire brick.
Who else is in here today? Thanks for taking my call. That's Jesse in Alameda. Good job, Jesse. More energy next time. Have come in with some energy. You're good. You had really good points. Big D. Trey Tucker needs a few touches. You better believe that, Big D. Smash the like button. How do we have 113 and only 32 likes? Smash the like.
What's your name? Hey, man, how you doing?
Come on, feel the noise. I still don't understand how they can run Kevin DeBro voice, and he's not with us anymore. Okay, so why don't they have the new singer of Quiet Riot cut? Come on, feel the noise. I don't understand that.
Because middle-aged housewives don't know the new singer; they know Kevin DeBro.
I know, but that's not what I
know
asked.
the marketplace when it comes to this sort of thing.
Yeah, well, Journey. I love Journey's lead singer, Arnell. I really do.
Same thing. And if you see an ad for Journey, you're not going to hear the new singer.
No,
you're
you
going to
do.
hear Steve Perry from 1981. I know. That's the way it is. By the way, Ariel Speedwagon is hanging it up.
Everybody's hanging it up, man. You got a lot of rock bands that are 70, 80 years old, man. They got to hang it up soon.
You just retired. Aerosmith's giving it up.
I saw a video recently of David Gilmour. God, he's a grumpy old man. What happened to him? Someone asked him to sing from something from Animals and yelled at the audience. Really? David Gilmour? The fact that David Gilmour.
First of all, Animals is Roger Waters' album.
Yeah, I think that's why.
Which
Yeah.
you were here.
But here's the deal. I cannot believe that Roger Waters and David Gilmour couldn't make up for $250 million. What a fucking bunch of jack-offs. Roger Waters and David Gilmour can't make the peace and go back. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page can't put out music and go on tour. Come on, man. Yeah, it was a long time. In 95. It's 2024, man. Come on. Yeah. Raiders need to come out quick, up tempo. KG Raider. I think the O-line will have more juice being at home. I agree.
Should be Devontae coming back.
Raider Dom, F-bombs. All right. Everybody following me on Twitter at JT the Brick on Twitter.
Serving USDA prime steaks, quality seafood, and world-famous Florida stone crab claws, defined by a standard of hospitality for over a century. Inside the forums at Caesars, Joe's offers guests an experience that is perfect for lunch, after-work cocktails, social gatherings, and late-night dining. From private, semi-private dining for both intimate and large party gatherings.
The sauce in the Tampa Bay
The best
Rays.
place to watch any big game is Doghouse Saloon at Resorts World Las Vegas. Doghouse has the best views to watch the action. A sportsbook on site to place your bets. Incredible food and drink specials.
Oh, we got to get a doghouse. And what did Andrew Paul ask me for? Wow.
Remy and the
Yeah.
Florida Project.
A dining truck serving specialty grilled cheeses. The JT the Brick Show is a proud partner of the Doghouse Saloon at Resorts World Las Vegas.
Here we go.
Welcome back to the JT the Brick Show, brought to you by PT's, the best happy hour in town, 5 to 7 p.m. and midnight to 2 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely excited to come and show off our home crowd. Hoping to get everybody in there and have a packed house with nothing but silver and black. Our fans, they've been great. They were great out in Baltimore, so they deserve another dub here at home and start off the right way and keep that rolling and keep protecting our house.
Turn it up. I'm fired up. I'm going to a Whiskey Stadium tomorrow, Modelo's. I'm going to an old-fashioned radio remote. One Raider fan showing up and celebrating. Turn it up. Should have been an FM DJ. Woo! Yeah! Panthers in town. Let's do it! 1, 2, 3. Yes! Woo! I'm ready for the weekend!
Okay, let's get back to the.
Ho! 3, 4. All right. Cisco, Black Hole Vegas. Cisco, you ready for the weekend? Yes. Hey, man, black holes everywhere. I got the list. I'd rather have you read it. I mean, everybody's coming in from out of town. Give us where the black hole is hosting starting Friday.
well, we're going to be hanging out with you from noon
Yes.
to 2. Definitely looking forward to that at our new residency partnership with Whiskey Stadium right across from the stadium. So we're excited about that. Happy you're able to join in and
Yes.
take care of that fun there. Got some cold Modelo's. Super fans, you know, all the three amigos with Our Lady of Raider Nation will be in the house. So everybody come in, have a nice cold Modelo with me and JT.
That is
So
great.
That night, man, we're kicking off the 8 at 8 over at the 8 Cigar Lounge at Resorts World. That's going to be a fun little thing we're kicking off with. Hope some people come out and have a stogie with us. And Saturday, man, we just keep it going. We got Carnival Court. Later on, we got Eye Candy. You know, for the partying folks. And then Sunday, we start off bright and early with the brunch over at Luxor. And then kicking off our inaugural March to Victory.
Yes, tell us about this. The new, the March to Victory. Everybody listen to this. This is really cool. Go ahead.
Man, this has been a work in progress. We tried to kick it off last year, but we just wanted to get everything right and tight. And finally got that. So, man, just everybody, I don't want to give too much away, but we got a marching band. We're going to march to victory starting off at Mandalay Bay, go over the Hacienda Bridge, stop off at the Modelo tailgate, go down Polaris. We're going to stop off at Whiskey because that's where we're kicking off this year's kicking off our tailgate. We're going to end it there. And then later on, man, we're going to root on our Raiders and kick some Panther butt.
Way to go, Cisco. I think the March to Victory, when with the support of the Raiders and what people are going to see with the drone coverage and everybody marching over the Hacienda Bridge together coming in is going to be really cool. Great job with that.
Oh, man, hey, team effort. We're just trying to bring what we can to Raider Nation. And we just hope everybody enjoys it. We have a good time and showing unity, solidarity within the nation. Every club, every Raider fan, creed, can, color, we don't care. Come on down. Let's have a good time and kick this season off with a bang.
Take care, Cisco. Thank you, brother.
All right, brother.
Cisco Kid. That March to Victory is really cool. That's pretty cool. I'm doing the pregame show. I got to be inside. But, you know, my routine in Oakland was always to go out to the parking lot, get a couple of Modelos. Back then, there weren't Modelos. So they're Coronas back in the day, right? In Oakland, whatever they had, and then go in. But now I got to get in there kind of early for the 90-minute pregame show. But there's a lot going on. So go to theblackhole.com. This is for everybody. And look what their events look like. You become a lifetime member. You show up. You get catered to, man. I'd be doing this. If I came from out of town and I didn't know a lot of people, I would be making sure I knew I was a member of the Black Hole. I would say I'm in from out of town. I'm in from Fresno. I'm in from Detroit. I'm in from the Carolinas. I want to get my Black Hole membership. Go to theblackhole.com. Diehard Raider Nation, Raider Man in the town, Oaktown. What's happening, my friend?
Yeah, what's going on, JT? I must have perfect time today to pop up after Cisco. Shout out to my brother out there and all the brothers and sisters in the whole, man, keeping it down. It's been a rough one over here, but I ain't going to complain, man. You know, a couple of updates since I've been in my absence. My high school football coach passed away last week, Coach Steve Alameda out of Richmond, California, John F. Kennedy High School. The name of a claim for that school is DeMarco Farr. He's our one guy that went ahead, not only into the NFL, but got into the Super Bowl with the Rams and played his ass off. He one of the pinnacle members of that team. And, you know, we got a lot of celebrations going on for Coach, a big membership thing going down with a run, walk, whatever. I don't even know, but I was called to be part of the committee. And I just wanted to shout that out, man. I really miss my coach. And unfortunately, yesterday, another hit. My godmother passed away. You know what I mean? I know I give up a lot of personal information here, but that's how everybody knows it. This was the lady that sat me down when my mom was shot and killed when I was a kid, and just paying respects to her. So mentally, I've been, you know, like really dealing with a lot of things, but I'm good. It's just that I never really got a chance to get in here and really give my coach kudos, man, for his first opportunity, his first successful out coaching a member of the NFL coaching league. And he did. He out-coached John Harbaugh in that game. Now, many people, I haven't really heard anybody say it, but, you know, he deserves that credit because this man been walking through the fire for us. It's a hell of a task bringing back the real mystique of the Raider Nation and everything that the Raider organization represents. And I think he's doing a great job, and he should be he should be lauded a lot more than he is. I know you do your best. You know, all the guys on this station, all the guys and ladies in this station, they do their best to uphold it. But it should be more of a national respect for this guy, a rookie coach coming in here and picking up this floundering organization and really bringing them back to a pinnacle level. And I think with all that rot in the gut, we're really going to turn the corner this season. And I think it starts this week with Carolina coming into the house. All the offensive linemen have been hearing all of the crap, poo-pooing our talent, poo-pooing our scheme, poo-pooing our freaking coach. And I'm sick of it. I know they're sick of it. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing some pancakes made. I'm going to be sitting in my TV with a big bottle of syrup and a couple of knives and forks. And I'm going to just eat until I'm full, man, because we deserve this victory. And I'm hoping we go out and put a big stamp of victory on the scoreboard. At least 3 touchdowns difference. And regardless of who playing, Red Rocket or not, this team is not as good as us. And it's time for us to go out there and make our plight known. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, I wanted to shout out Raider Nation, man. I love my family. I miss the project. I miss being part of the project and everything that's going on, but I'm not giving it up. I'm still out here. I'm doing my best to hang in. Just got to rebuild this life, and I'm in a lot of bad service areas. So, pardon the absence, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody that stayed tapped in with me. I love you. I really appreciate you reaching out because your friendship and your familyhood means everything to me. So, when everybody's keeping it on the one with me, just know I love you with everything I got. I'm see you when I'm looking at you, man.
Take care, Raider, man. Sorry for your losses this week. Head up. Appreciate your phone call. When it comes to this game, we were a couple of days away from the Raiders going 0-2 into their home opener. Okay, there was a really big chance that was going to happen. Okay, they lost to the Chargers. That was a game I thought they'd win. They beat Baltimore. That was the toughest game on their schedule. After losing to the Chargers, the Raiders were staring 0-2 in the face. And what would we be doing today if it was 0-2? It would be a completely different show. Oh, yeah. Completely different show. Because you go 0-3, the season's over. Over. No teams come back from 0-3. It's not going to happen. And that means I'm sitting here in September going, hey, the Raiders could have a decent season, but they're not going to the playoffs because no team's done it. We don't have to do that now. We can be encouraged about now starting to stack wins. But you're not hearing that from me. You're just hearing one game, Carolina. I'm not going to do it. I never did it. I'm not going to be that guy starting to look at the schedule. Well, we got Denver. We could beat the Steelers. Oh, we can beat Jacksonville. No. We got to beat Carolina. Got to focus on Carolina and beat them. And I believe that Carolina is going to be significantly better for 2 reasons. They can't play any worse than their first 2 games. They're a professional football team. They have professional coaches and players. They can't play that bad. Number 2, they got Andy Dalton coming in off the bench to save their seasons. I don't think you're going to win or save the season, but he could make things interesting. That concerns me. Our great friends from Remy Martin are a part of everything that we do. Remy Martin wants to remind you that when you and your friends are celebrating your fantasy wins, make sure you celebrate with Remy Martin. Remy Martin V, VSOP 1738, and XO are all teamed up for excellence. Are you? Remy Martin, team up for excellence responsibly. All right. Lee Sterling. All right, Raider man. Yeah, good to hear from Raider man. He's going through a lot, man. He's going through some unfortunate personal losses, but it's part of our family. I am not streaming tonight, Ross. I am going to take a night off and enjoy my son who came home from college, and got a buddy in town, probably going out to dinner at the Cosmo, and it'll be a nice night. Fred Biletnikoff coming up. I'm going to keep the stream going with Fred at 1 o'clock. So stick around. I'm going to go a little bit longer because Fred Biletnikoff's coming up at 1:05.
Early cash out on the Caesar Sportsbook Nevada app. With early cash out, now you have the option to audible your previously placed wagers with just a click.
Audible? Is this just an excuse for you to say Omaha in an ad?
Exactly, Eli. Omaha.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Backing down has never been an option for our family. Our father battled communism in Cuba before coming to the U.S. and studying law at night. Today, we proudly carry on the Tacascardi family legacy. As brothers raised to fight for what's right, care for those in need, treat clients like family, We bring the very best legal team to fight for you. It's our heritage. It's the DeCastroverde way. We're the DeCastroverde brothers, and we have your back.
Brotherswin.com.
Football Central at the Westgate Las Vegas Resort Casino is the place to catch all of the action. Join the party every Sunday inside the International Theater at the Westgate with lots of room to watch all of the games on the 11 giant HD screens. Free admission with a guaranteed seat in the smoke-free theater. Great specials on drinks, buckets of beer, and food specials, plus betting stations right outside the theater. Don't miss it. The best place to watch all of the games is at the Superbook in the International Theater at the Westgate Las Vegas. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Boyd Gaming is the official and exclusive local casino partner of the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. Bring your friends, have some fun, but always bet on black. Visit their 10 casinos across the valley. Don't let the game get out of hand. Please bet responsibly.
This is Raider Nation Radio 920.
Who do you like tonight in this Jets game? Jets home opener. So they put the Jets on the road. They put the Jets on the road to the 49ers in Tennessee. Similar to the Raiders. They don't have their home opener till Big D said Lee Sterling had a bad week. Yeah, he doesn't win every week, but he usually wins more. We'll see what he has. Yeah. I like how Big D keeps an eye on the picks. Big D, that's your thing going forward. You're in charge of that. DC Raiders says, I missed the black hole tailgates in Oakland. So do I.
SuperLasVegas.com. Players era at MGM Grand Garden Arena. Thanksgiving week, every game matters. 8 college basketball teams, 2 distinct in-season tournaments, groundbreaking and new with NIL Initiative, featuring top programs in the nation. Alabama, Houston, Rutgers, Texas A&M, and more. Experience the impact and power multi-team round-robin format inside MGM Grand on November 26th, 27th, and 30th, 2024. Tickets to this inaugural event in Las Vegas are on sale now at AXS.com. Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste, brewed with fighting spirits since 1920.
Always keeping the win-loss stats.
All your Raiders coverage is right here on Raider Nation Radio 920 AM.
Tequila Comisario was developed in the relentless pursuit of perfection with a deep.
So, Bobby, you got all of those live reads now after the 2 we did. We didn't forget one. Yeah.
I'm doing the Saturday afternoon before the game.
It's the variety of tequila, the single highest quality. 100% all natural handcrafted Comisario tequila. Reposado en añejo. Tequila Comisario.
A proud partner of the JT the Brick Show.
Welcome back to the JT the Brick Show, brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
No, I'm so fired up to get home opener. Everybody says we're gonna have a great crowd, man. I'm ready to hear it, ready to see it, ready to feel it. It means a lot to us, and we want to make this one of those places. We want to make our home field a true home field and something that we love coming back to, and it's on us to make it that way.
Minshew Mania. Gardner Minshew brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. The box combo. I get it with the unsweetened tea. Are you a Caniac? Go check it out. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love as we bring in Lee Sterling for his pick segments this week. ParamountSports.com. ParamountSports.com. After we texted today on the live stream, I have my Oklahoma shirt on. Lee, because I know you're Tennessee versus Oklahoma. Let's begin. Tennessee made national news this week. A 10% surcharge to buy players. Are you kidding me? The guys who sit in the upper deck shouldn't have to pay the surcharge. If the boosters want to buy better players, it should be the boosters, not the guy in the third deck. In Oklahoma, I just don't know which defense is going to show up, Lee.
Yeah, and they've also got some injuries, at the wide receiver position. Here's what's crazy. Before these two teams played last week, the look-ahead line was 3. It's now 7.
Wow.
And the Vols have a really good offense. This kid Nico is going to be something special. They go 6 or 7 deep at the receiver position. But this is his first road start ever. He's played 2 neutral site games, the bowl game last year against Iowa and this year against NC State, 2 home games against nobodies. The 2 times they went on the road last year against ranked opponents, they lost by 14 to Alabama and 29 to Missouri. And I think their cornerbacks might be the worst tandem in the SEC. I think Oklahoma's going to expose them here. Josh Heupel's return, wrong team favored. Sooners outright 30-28.
Boomer Sooner. I love it, man. We're starting to see these power SEC schools now playing the legends of Oklahoma and Texas, formerly of the Big 12. All right, let's continue on here. And look at the NFL and this year. Wow, it's just interesting, man. This has been wild the first couple of weeks. And Pittsburgh -2.5 versus the Chargers. Justin Herbert shows up on the injury report. I'm more of a Russell Wilson guy over Justin Fields. And both of these teams, they're 4-0, and they could both combined be 0-4. Pittsburgh is ugly the way they're winning, and the Chargers with Jim Harbaugh, they got a vision to run the football with J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins might be an early candidate for comeback player of the year in the NFL this year. He's leading the league in rushing, and I mean, Jim Harbaugh loves to run the ball 59% of the time, highest in the league. But I think Pittsburgh's defense, I think they're going to crowd the line, play 7 in the box, maybe once in a while on short yardage, go 8 in the box here, and they're going to challenge this Chargers team. I think it's tough to make a huge jump in 1 year. So this is the game where it might be okay to play Fields here. His escapability and dual threat capabilities might put some stress on this Chargers defense because Bosa and his mates, they really get after the quarterback here. You might be able to go out and the pumpkin patch is already out. Pick out a pumpkin for the family. It's not going to be high scoring, but I think Pittsburgh prevails 21-16.
Wow, it'd be good for the Raiders. Raiders play coming up Pittsburgh, and they've already lost to the Chargers. If the Chargers win this game, and by the way, Lee, they stayed on the East Coast all week.
Yep.
So they stayed there, and this is how Tomlin wins. Houston -3.5 against Minnesota after Minnesota dismantled the Niners. Now, I know the Niners no Debo and no Christian McCaffrey here. I know you built that into your handicap. And then Houston, I didn't think Houston was that impressive against Chicago. Fortunately, Caleb Williams is a young player who's going to make a lot of mistakes here. How has C.J. Stroud looked so far? Because I don't think that Houston defense has clicked just yet.
Well, I think they're really close.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go so far. I think they're a top 5 NFL team. So if you want a team that might be on the verge of giving Kansas City a run the next couple of years, I think it's this team.
Mm-hmm.
They have a top 5 quarterback. If they can settle the running back position out and Mixon can stay healthy, which is a big question mark, they've got the receivers, they've got a tight end. Their defense, they get to the quarterback, they have fast linebackers, and an improved secondary. So look out. They dominated. That should have been a much bigger score here. But here's the problem here for Houston. Sam Darnold has started off some seasons well before. If people don't remember this, when he was in Carolina, they started off 2021 season 3-0 straight up and against the spread. Now, he's going to face DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans was at San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So he practiced. Remember the team they played last week, San Francisco? He was on their team, went against them each week. He's seen this defense here. I believe Justin Jefferson will play. Even Jordan Addison might be able to give it a go, and they're using the running backs, I think, perfectly here. Minnesota pulls off the upset again. The wrong team is favored. Vikings outright 23-20.
Wow, that would be a massive win for the Vikings if they take out the Texans. All right, Lee, let's get everybody at Paramount Sports to get your game of the week, because this is the big one to me, because Kansas City, I can't believe how Kansas City's won both those games with the centimeter of the toe from Isaiah Likely in Baltimore. I think they would have won the game by going for 2, and then a pass interference on the last play. God, those refs and their ability to bail out Kansas City. It was pass interference on that play. It just bothers me tremendously so that a young rookie would make a mistake like that on the field when you just can't make a mistake like that. Kansas City, game of the week, -3.5 versus Atlanta with one of the greatest comebacks you'll ever see at Philly.
Yeah, and Vic Fangio, no blitzing again as usual. He did that last year against Tennessee. So Philadelphia, they're having problems. But if anyone wants to get this game, this is a really good game. Kansas City and Atlanta. the best team in the NFL, maybe still Kansas City, a team on the come here. The Atlanta Falcons, first 5 callers get it for free. 800-400-9741. And how about this? We have our world's famous Baker's Dozen. 13 games combined Saturday and Sunday, just $97. And we've had some 12-1, 11-2, and 10-3 finishes on this promotion. We usually only do it twice a year, but for the first time ever, I'm guaranteeing it. If we don't have a winning record, 7-6 or better, next week is on me. So Baker's Dozen, 13 games, $97, one place, ParamountSports.com.
That's 800-400-9741, ParamountSports.com. Lee, I'll talk to you next week, my friend.
Sounds good. See you, JJ.
Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com with the Baker's Dozen and the guarantee. If he doesn't win for you, free. Go back and do it again. Look, I've said this for years. I only have one handicapper on. It's Lee Sterling because I've known him for 20 plus years, and he's transparent. Good weeks, bad weeks, everything's up there. He wins more than he loses. And a lot of people need advice on how to gamble because people are getting obliterated. You cannot bet on sports and football without help because the guys who do it professionally have a difficult time winning. You're not going to win. You might win one week. You might win a game or two. But eventually, you're going to lose because the pros know how to bet these games. They do it for a living. And if you don't want to bet like me, I don't bet. Just sit back and watch. I got my gambling buddy coming in this weekend. He plays 500 a hand of blackjack, and he bets a dime on every sporting event. I think he's nuts, but he likes to do it. And I sit back and watch and drink some of his comps. That's it. That's what we do.
Jeez, look at the first 2 weeks worth of games.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Cincinnati get wipes out.
Yeah.
You got the Ravens lose. I mean, if you had a survivor team, I mean, how many are left in the survivor pool? 40% of what was starting
the
off?
survivor pool got wiped out. I mean, the circus survivor pool, it's just fascinating to see what's happening there. So I'm going to keep the live stream going right now because we got Fred Biletnikoff next. He won't be on here video. He'll be over the phone. But Freddie B's got his crab feed coming up. Now, listen, it's next week. So it's a week from this Friday. And we got to sell some tickets at Biletnikoff.org, Biletnikoff.org. I can't believe there's tickets available still for you to go to this event. I mean, it's one of the best events. It's like Raider Prom. Everybody's coming. It's at the Westgate. The coach will be there. Players, alumni. It's unbelievable. And Michael Shapiro from Reckless in Vegas is the entertainment. He's fantastic. So if you want to come, if you're coming to Vegas or you live in Vegas, the Biletnikoff crab feed's coming up. So we'll tell you about that with one of the greatest to ever play. Fred Biletnikoff is next.
I'm assuming he's using this number?
Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, this one. I called it today. It is.
I'm putting over here.
I'm not putting anything over the air. 925-58. All right, 925-580. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, just try that first.
Got it.
All right.
I'll try that one first. And I'll try that one.
Yep.
No matter who's on your roster, lineup, or lucky jersey, make Tito's your first round bottle pick. Whose house? Tito's house. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com.
Be right back, everyone.
PT's Taverns is your go-to spot for all the Vegas football this September. Kick off the season with unbeatable food and drink specials from just $5. Plus, ask your bar host how you can score a custom PT's Taverns football jersey just by playing with your True Rewards card. With over 70 taverns, there is always a location near you. To find your neighborhood tavern and kick off football season with PT's, visit PT'staverns.com. That's PT'staverns.com today.
All right. So how we all doing, man? What's going on here? Do not bet. Pimp Rick. Ghost. You need that hat, the Modelo hat. That's a good one, man. Brand new. Bobby's smoking a cigarette. That's why he doesn't pick up the phones at the top of the hour. People are calling. He doesn't pick up because yeah. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Never. Not even once. I didn't even try it. I've never gambled and I've never smoked a cigarette. Now, been some other interesting things, but no ciggies. No ciggies. Smoke cigars, but you don't inhale those. How did you just find my YouTube stream today, man? I've been talking about it nonstop. I'm always amazing when people, I've been doing this 27 years and said, I can't find you. I don't know where you are. Like, how is that? I'm on the Raider flagship. I'm on Mad Dog. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. It's all pretty much there, man. You live in Oklahoma. Good. My son just graduated from Oklahoma. Yeah, that 925.
Got it. Good. But back to the bar in a minute. So I get back to my desk with 2 pieces of chicken and a fucking hunk of pie sitting there. I'm like, is this a hint? You people want me to eat or something?
Who brought it?
I have no idea. It was just sitting there. Cool. That's huge food.
They used to have free food here all the time.
Oh, yeah, I know. But since pandemic, we don't get that shit no more. Same. It's always be donuts or pizza, something.
Gambler's bonus hits again. On August 27th, Mark hit 4 threes, clearing his Gambler's bonus one-of-a-kind bingo card for over $11,000. Mark hit big and so can you with Gambler's bonus. It's why you play the game.
The Raiders have their home opener taking on the Carolina Panthers Sunday.
Celtics are plus 325 to win the title. Bet 100, win 325.
I don't think they're going to repeat. I really don't.
Modelo Especial, the new #1 beer in the U.S.
It's time for JT the Brick.
The main reason why I have the back of the Raider Nation, the main reason why I do this for a living, because of the global disrespect this franchise gets from people who are wrong more than they're right on the radio. The lazy national narrative is the Raiders don't have a quarterback. I mean, really? The Raiders are one of the worst teams in football. I said, worst teams? They won 8 games.
JT the Brick.
That's why I love you in the Raider Nation. You don't like anything. You're hardcore Raider Nation. You don't like anything until it's proven to you. There are Raider fans in Vegas. There are Raider fans globally. There are season ticket holders. Okay? There's a whole bunch of different Raider fans, but we're all one nation. One nation, the Raider Nation. And we're all on the same page. We want to win. That is another unbelievable article on anti-Raider propaganda. The roster's better than last year.
And now,
Big Boy Radio.
Here's JT the Brick.
Hour number 2. We're wrapping up our week here on the flagship of the Silver and Black. It's Raider Nation Radio. Kevin Bollinger, Sr. I mean, this guy's the sports director of Fox 5. He's going to join us at 20 after. Fred Biletnikoff in a few moments here, and we're counting down to the game. A banner week for us. Tomorrow we have Charles Woodson. So I'll be at Whiskey. Charles won't be there in person, I don't think. You never know with Charles. But we'll have him at 1:05 tomorrow. So exactly tomorrow at this time, Charles Woodson will join us over the phone live from Whiskey. We'll be there for our remote. That's noon to 2. So come on out tomorrow, have lunch. It's a brand new bar. You haven't been to it yet. I'm pretty sure you haven't been to it yet. And I think you'll be impressed with the size of it and how close it is to the stadium. And that's what the stadium needs. The stadium needs a couple of bars around there. They need a couple of bars around there where people can go get their game on for the Raider game. No doubt about that. So we're excited about that. But one of the many reasons I get a chance to talk to Fred Biletnikoff all the time, but coming up, we have the Biletnikoff Foundation Crab Fest. That's September 27th at the Westgate. It is one of the biggest events in the Raider family. Every year, we used to do it in the Bay Area. Now we're doing it in Vegas. Reckless in Vegas is going to perform. Michael Shapiro, my good friend, what an entertainer he is. And it's great that it's coming up as we get ready for the Browns a weekend after this one. And the Hall of Fame legend, Fred Biletnikoff, joins us. How are you, Freddie?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good. I know you're busy. You're figuring out tables and entertainment and crab. I mean, you move a lot of good crab, man. You're like a crab broker this time of year.
Oh, my God. I'll tell you what. Yeah, and you know what? Hey, listen, I know you're going to ask, but I'll get ahead of you a little bit. Yeah, we have
Hey, we still have seats open. We have tables open.
Okay.
If anybody's still interested, we from near and far they come. Okay.
Oh, they do.
So I just want to let you know that, and everybody know that we still do. We still have seating. We still have tables. So everybody welcome. We're at the Westgate again, and it's a great venue for us. And like you said, we have a great entertainment. Sibley's going to be there, Scholes, one of our announcers and the host, and Mark S. Allen, not the football player, but the guy from the Bay, from up here in Sacramento, is going to be a host. So we're excited to have those two this year. So it's going to be an exciting time. And we always have a good time.
Oh, this is a great event. Fred Biletnikoff joins us. Tickets available at Biletnikoff.org. I need all of our audience, everybody, to do me a favor, do Freddie a favor. We raise a lot of money. It's an unbelievable event. Go to Biletnikoff.org and get a table or get a seat. Make sure you do this. So, Freddie, a couple of football things. The Raiders really needed that win, and they didn't start fast. And that final 12 minutes was amazing with Bowers and Devontae. So you're sitting at home watching this game. Gardner Minshew's trying to find his legs and make a couple of plays. Let's start with Devontae and some of those routes he was running on the sidelines and the catches he made.
I'll tell you what, you know something? Now, Devontae was outstanding. You know what? To be able to go through like the first game against the Chargers, the first half against Baltimore, and just be sort of, I don't want to say dormant, but sort of in that realm. And now knowing in the second half that he has to go out there and perform, and he showed up. I mean, he's a cut above. I mean, this kid is just unbelievable. Some of the catches he made, and the important catches, big time catches, staying in bounds, unbelievable. It made me so proud to see him do that. It just showed the talent he has as a receiver. I mean, he really is a cut above guy. It's amazing how he performs, and just keep him going.
Yeah.
Keep him going. Absolutely. Because the more action he gets, the better he gets. Time after time, I've seen it with him. Even when he was at Green Bay, I mean, you keep featuring him, that guy shows up, man. It's unbelievable. He's outstanding. Outstanding.
Fred Biletnikoff's our guest. Freddie, what I've been dying to ask you is when he runs a route like you did on the sideline, the ball's got to be accurate because you got double teamed a lot with safety help, but the safeties, it's easier for them to cover and double team over the middle of the field when you're running those routes in towards the safety. The safety doesn't have a lot of time to get to the sideline to double team Devontae. So what do you see with Devontae there? Because he's such a magician like you with your footwork and how much you worked on that. And he can take the big hit when he goes over the middle of the field.
Well, you know what, the great thing about the thing that's impressive about watching him, and I watch him, when I come to the games, I get there early and I'll watch him work out on the field and just watching him run. He's so damn smooth. He's so smooth, you have no idea how fast he is or how quick he is, because he gets down the field and all of a sudden he's down there, and he has a great feel for the field and the defensive backs on where to go, and he knows he has a great feel for the secondary and the defense when he's running down the field. It's almost like he can see. His vision is very, very good, excellent. He knows where everybody in front of him is, and he really has a good feel with people on the outside or inside of him or where they are. And he's so smooth. He just gets down there and plants that foot, the quickness, goes up, catches the ball, and I'll tell you what, that kid performs, man. I'll tell you what, it's amazing. I love watching it, and it's great. It's great watching him. And like I said, I watched him pre-game warm-up, and I can't believe how nice and smooth he is and how he gets down the field. It's amazing. It really is. Outstanding kid. Outstanding player. Wow, big-time player.
What a great compliment from Fred Biletnikoff on Devontae Adams. Now I want to move over to Brock Bowers. Freddie, you and I talk about this. I mean, oh boy, is right. Give me your analysis. He's the first tight end ever, and you played with some of the greats, to have this many receptions, 15 after 2 games. I'm surprised by that. I think there's been a lot of guys from Ditka to Dave Casper to Kellen Winslow Sr., who you knew very well. And all of a sudden, Brock Bowers comes in and breaks the record in only 2 games.
Well, you know what? I was thinking back after the game with Baltimore. I'm thinking both him and Devontae and Bowers. You know, I'm thinking, you know, where with Bowers, where did we ever have, over the years since 1965, did we have a first-round draft choice that has started right off the bat performing and making great catches, running great routes, and making great plays right off the bat? And, you know, him being a first-round draft choice, you know, everybody has hype and all that when they draft a guy first round and everything. But I'll tell you what, this kid has proven, you know, with the team, Telesco and them have picked him in the first round, and it's amazing. It's amazing that this kid goes out there, and you know what? He looks like he belongs out there. That's the whole thing. It's not like he's out there running around and running routes or whatever. He looks comfortable out there. He looks very relaxed catching the ball, and he fits. He fits on the field. He looks like he belongs.
Absolutely. Fred Biletnikoff is our guest. Biletnikoff.org is where you can get your tickets to the Crab Fest. We want you to go. We want you to be there with Freddie and Angela. It's that big of a deal. It's September 27th at the Westgate here in Vegas. I'd tell all of our listeners who are listening to us nationally to come for that alone. Plus, you got a football game that weekend with the Browns in town. You know, Freddie, what's interesting to me is the Raiders haven't been able to run it in the first 2 weeks, and I mean at all. They can't get the running game going, and I think a lot of that has to do with the chemistry of the offensive line. They're waiting for Jackson Powers-Johnson, the second-round pick, to get ready to play. Colt Miller was coming off injuries. You played on one of the greatest offensive lines ever. You had Art Shell, Gene Upshaw, Pops, the great Jim Otto, all of that. And you guys, your offensive line played together, Freddie, year in and year out. How important was that to the organization and you and Kenny and Cliff, knowing that your offensive line was going to come back every single year?
Well, there were very few times that the line broke down, the period of time I played. And those guys, I mean, you have Hall of Famers, and you have guys that some of the guys should belong in a Hall of Fame. But that line over the years was fantastic. I mean, it was just fantastic. I mean, if you were throwing the ball, no matter what you did on offense, throwing, running, whatever they had to do, protection-wise, run blocking, these guys knew what they had to do, and they were so good at their craft. They were also sound fundamentally with their blocking and pass protection. It was amazing. It was totally amazing. And those guys, I mean, they were a close-knit group all the time, all the time. And, you know, with our group right now, you know, I mean, they'll start gelling because, you know, something, once they all start getting on each other's ass, you know, they'll get that connection together and going. And, you know, like you said, you know, you cannot get in a short yardage situation and not get it. You just have to. It should be automatic, and that's one of the things I'm sure they're working on, and they're going to get better at. But that's what I see. And pass protection, guys are going to get beat now and then. But you know something, it's like, you know, whatever you see and wherever you get beat at, you better get it patched up for the following week, the next game, because the next game comes fast. And those people you're playing against aren't dummies. No. You know, once they get that sense that somebody can beat you with a certain whatever they have to do, a twist, whatever, anything, bull rush, whatever they have to do, you better get ready for it because you're going to get it again until you stop it. It's never going to end.
Absolutely. Fred Biletnikoff, as we wrap it up. Freddie, I've never asked you this on the radio. I was thinking the other day, you lived an unbelievable life off the field and on the field as a football player with all of your awards. The college football award is named after you, the Biletnikoff Award, your Super Bowl, all your accomplishments, your Hall of Fame jacket. Where do you keep all this stuff? I mean, what is it like for you? Yeah, I put it on. You let me wear the jacket, which is amazing. But I mean, do you sometimes look around, or you look around in the house and go, "Oh my God, that's from '68. That's from '74. That's from this and that." Do you ever take time to just step back? Because I know you live in the future and you live present day with your friends and Angela and Dasha and your family, Freddie Jr. But do you ever look back and say, "Man, I've accomplished so much in life. I have these cool magazines, mementos, friendships, little notes from friends that you played with." What's that like when you look back in the past?
You know what it is? It's I have a great wife and a great daughter and a great son and a great other daughter, and they keep me grounded.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, none of that goes on here. They don't care. All right, but it's fun. I think back on a lot of things. You know, as you get older, you mature more. Whatever, you get a little more not emotional, but you know, whatever you want to call it. You know, and think back on your period of time and up until this point in my life, everything that you've been able to get, be part of. Let me put it that way here. I'm just a part of everything. A lot of good things and some of the things that you never even dream of that could happen to you in your lifetime because of football, basically because of football, you know? And you know what? I want to say one more thing before I have to go, before you say that's it, is that, you know what? Max Crosby, I'll tell you what, watching him this last week, I'll tell you what, that guy is a warrior. And, you know what, people always say, you know, what's it like to be a Raider? Oh, you know, we know what it's like to be a Raider. Let me tell you something. If you want to know what it's like to be a Raider, look at Max Crosby. Because that guy was, I mean, he was devastating out there. I mean, that guy, I mean, that reminded me of the Raiders of old. You know, relentless, every play you're going, balls out, you're on the sideline like he was talking to Minshew, all that. You're getting everybody pumped up. Your play is what everybody is looking at, and he sure makes it an example to everybody on that team. Hey, this is how the Raiders do. He was outstanding, and he's another guy. You think back from 1965 to now. I do not remember a defensive player that we had, and I played with great ones. Okay, in the Raider organization up until now, somebody like him and how he performs. I can't remember another guy that's performed like him ever.
Wow.
And that's really saying something, because I'll tell you what, Max is, you know, I always look at Charlie Gardner as a warrior, and I truly believe that about Charlie. But man, I'll tell you what, Max is a warrior. I mean, he is. I don't think there's a word to describe Max other than I use the word warrior, and he plays like a warrior.
Wow. I mean, I am going to send that to Max personally. I know you see him, and you'll be here for the Cleveland game because this week, the home opener, you're in for the Cleveland game. I know you're coming into Vegas early to get everything set up with Angela over at the Westgate. We still got some tickets, Biletnikoff.org. Love having you on, Freddie. Great interview, man. Great content as always. You make my life easy.
Listen, I found you on YouTube.
You did. You know who finds me on YouTube? Mark Davis. He says, "Hey man, clean up the background. Talk this way." You guys are all on YouTube now. You never thought you'd be able to get it. Now you're on the YouTube page.
I know.
All right, you're the best. I can't wait to see you. Have a great week.
I know. I can't wait to see you too, buddy. Okay, love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for having us on.
You got it. There it is, Fred Biletnikoff. Wow. I mean, you just talk about what a life. I mean, really. I mean, what a life that guy has, and to be a part of it in a small way and have that relationship and be able to share that relationship on radio. Do you believe what he said about Max? He cut me off. I ran out of questions. I was just asking him, "Hey, Freddie," I wanted him to talk about his memorabilia and his awards. He's like, "The hell with that. I want to talk about Max." Right? That was really good. Really good. And you're going to see a lot of that on the Raiders social media. That was fantastic. Fred Biletnikoff on Devontae, Brock Bowers, and Max Crosby. Woo! That's good for an open. I'll tell you that much. Ross, the Raider Nation Golf Club is ready to take out the Carolina Kittens Club. What's going on, Ross? You're in town. How are you, my friend?
You know what, JT? I'm just living the dream. I cannot wait. I got back from Baltimore on Monday, and I brought a W with me.
So what was it like? Because the coach really went out of his way when he talked to me yesterday about the fans that showed up in Baltimore. Tell me about it.
Man, we rolled deep. I cannot tell you the numbers we had up there.
Yeah.
We must have had, I mean, even just like at the little parties Friday night, there was a gathering at Dave & Buster's that was put on by the North Virginia Raider Boosters. There's over 100 fans there. We were everywhere, just repping hard like we always do. I was row one in the end zone. Had my golf club
I saw you.
bag.
I saw you.
Yeah.
I saw you on TV.
Coverage. Yeah, it's good.
Hey, tell us about the golf club event coming up here because I'm hitting the bottom of the hour here. Let's promote it. What do you got going on?
Okay, this Saturday we're at Revere Golf Course. It's basically the only golf course that's not overseeding this weekend. And we've got Mike Haynes out there with us. We got Teo Johnson out there with us. Sponsored by Woodson Whiskey. We'll be giving out whiskey samples. And I've only got room for one more foursome, and we're sold out. So anyone out there that wants to join us and have a good time, we're basically doing a tailgate on the golf course. We're going to have signed memorabilia that we're giving out in our raffles. And just lots of good stuff.
How do we find it online? Where do we go to?
You can go to Instagram, Raider Nation Golf Club, and you can send me a direct message there, or you can even call me direct. Phone number 714-846-7060.
Take care, my friend. I'll be playing in ones later in the year. Have a good one. I'll see you this weekend.
Thank you, JT. Appreciate you.
Yeah, they got the Raider Nation Golf Club. So they take the opposing team, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. They get some players from the other team, and they play golf. It's really cool. It is. They did one up by Red Rock, by my house, and they put on an unbelievable party in the parking lot, and everybody had a good time. Raider Nation Golf Club. Go find it on Instagram and be a part of that. I just got the thumbs up emoji from Fred Biletnikoff.
Oh, cool.
Guy's in his 80s. He sent me the thumbs up emoji on the interview. That was really cool. Kevin Bollinger will join us next from Fox 5. We'll get into it with him, talk to him. La Casa Cigars. Where's Mike? I want to get a stick. I might even get a cigar today. I get off at 2 today. I might slide by Grimaldi's, get some pie for my son. He's back in town. Grimaldi's, best pizza I ever had. I'll stop by La Casa Cigars, have a cigar and a Modelo. What a time to be alive in the Raider Nation, but we got to go 2-1. We, the season ticket holders, have to win. Yes, thank you. Great live stream. How about that? Fred Biletnikoff. How cool was that, man? Unbelievable. Thank you. We're almost at 5,000 subs. Get me to 5. 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 5. Okay.